Where's the cue ball going?
We don't make mistakes here. We just have happy accidents.
You're way off. I say you're way off this time, son.
Your assignment tonight is strategic. You can't give the enemy a break. Send them to hell.
The trouble with Scotland is that it's full of Scots.
Well, good evening. Welcome back to VP4 TV, and welcome back for another Friday Night 9-ball. We have got about 7 minutes to go, and when I last checked, there was 13 in. It looks as if that might be all we're going to get, because not a lot of people are showing up. There might still be another one or so turn up. There's a little bit to cover. First of all, for anybody who didn't get a chance to see it, the final of the VP4 2022 Cribbage World Championship, that is on the playlist on my YouTube channel, and if you didn't get a chance to see it, go watch it. It's an epic, just over 4 hours, and the spoiler is that it's congratulations to Cobra. He's won another title, and he got revenge on Albinario in the final. Very close match, as they all seem to be between these two guys. And in the end, Cobra won through by 19 racks to 17. It could have went either way, but Cobra held out in the end. It was a nervy finish to the match, but well done to him. One thing to look at, if I can remember what I'm doing here, we've got 5 matches in the 10-ball World Championships that's started a couple of days ago, and there has been matches played in that tournament so far. But the upcoming matches we've got in chronological order, we've got Snake Eyes and Machine on Sunday evening, and British summertime that is, and that's 6 PM. And in an hour later, we have Mr. Bill and Tommy. Now, the first thing to point out, those are the first 2 matches I'm going to be live streaming in this year's tournament. There's also Spud Boy against Bedhead. That also goes at 7 PM on Sunday night. So obviously there's going to be an overlap in matches, but the 2 main ones we're going to focus on, or at least I am, is the one between Snake Eyes and Machine. Snake Eyes from the UK, Machine from the USA, and then an hour later, so we'll obviously cross over to the Bill and Tommy match as soon as the Snake Eyes Machine match is finished. Remember, these first round matches are all a race to 17 in the 10-ball World Championships. So then Mr. Bill from the USA and Tommy will go at 7 PM British summertime. And then the standout match of the tournament already will be on Wednesday next week, which of course is my day off, or one of my days off, and it's between Cobra and Spectre Dawn, and that's at 7 PM. And that's going to be a big match, because the question's still out there is, can Spectre Dawn handle himself in these big tournaments? He's yet to do it, and that's the big question of Spectre Dawn. And of course, he doesn't get asked anything tougher than having to deal with Cobra, one of the top players in VP4. Spectre Dawn, of course, has a dominance in Friday Night 9-ball, and that's something where Spectre Dawn needs to step up to the plate. We've yet to see that, and he's more than good enough to be winning one of these tournaments. But of course, it's all very well being good, but are you good at hanging in there to the very end and going deep in these tournaments? So that's the one that we'll be looking forward to midweek. And then, of course, there's another match, Z Karaoke, who I don't know where Power Slam's from. That match goes ahead on the Thursday night at 7 p.m. And so that covers the 10-ball tournament. Now, obviously, that schedule can change because more matches may well be arranged between now and then, but at the moment, that's the ones I'm dealing with. If we look also, the other thing to discuss now at the time, we've got about 3 minutes to go. I'm just going to go to the league page. We have the first night of the Saturday night 9-ball league matches coming up, and there seems to be a bit of confusion for a lot of the guys. I mean, Potman was asking me there again, and everybody's looking at this 11 o'clock p.m. up here. Now, obviously, this is local time in Scotland. It says Friday, September the 2nd. That's the deadline to get signed up. Now, obviously, all the groups, all the leagues are already, I'll say that again, all the teams are already in the league. So this is a deadline for sign-ups for this league, and that's tonight at 11 p.m. Well, the deadline doesn't matter. What matters is here. If you look at the more details, it says play on Saturdays at 7 p.m. It couldn't be any clearer. You know, you'd need to be fairly, I mean, I've not got great eyesight, but even I can read that. It's 7 p.m. every Saturday. And then all the details about the table settings and stuff like that. If we look at the teams, a reminder of the teams, we've got VP4 TV, which is mine. And in our first, I know the team that I've set out is going to be Mark Sharp, Tornado Tam, and Potman tomorrow night. I've already messaged them, so they should all be fully aware of the fact that they are playing tomorrow night, as should all the other team captains have notified their members of their team, because Steve sent out an email to us all. All the captains got an email, I got it, telling you to let your team members know who's in the team. So that's going ahead tomorrow night at 7 p.m. In fact, I said to Potman that matches clash. It's actually Sunday the matches are on. I might do a bit of streaming of this tomorrow night. Now I think about it. Good evening to Mark. Well, the sign-up shut tonight, Larry, which is the 2nd. So every Saturday after the 2nd. So the next Saturday after the 2nd is Saturday the 3rd. So it's tomorrow night. It couldn't be clearer. Anyway, I think we're pretty much dead and buried as far as sign-up for Friday night 9-ball go. Let's have a look. We've still got 3 open seats. I think that's going to be it for tonight. Yeah, I think that is about it. Right, so top of the hour just about come and gone. It doesn't say that in the page. Well, what it does say is it's every Saturday. So the first Saturday after the 2nd is the 3rd. But what I would suggest is talk to Steve about it. Tell him to make it clear. He doesn't listen to me. Right, so I have already got my matches set out. Let's have a look. That's the match. The first match I'm going to be streaming. Snake Eyes against Machine, and then the one after that on Sunday night, the crossover one will be the one between Bill and Tommy. Right, so the brackets should be up, and obviously there's going to be buys in this tournament. So I think the bracket should be up. There we go. Let's have a look. We've got Sylvia against John Boo. Larry has got a bye. Potman's already in his room. They're raring to go. That was quick. Potman's playing Tommy. Well, I've obviously got to go in and watch the Potman-Tommy match because Potman's my team member and I need to see what kind of form he's in. We've got DJ Simon against Machine. That'll be a good match as well. Z Karaoke has a bye. One Pocket Slim is in. Is this the right bracket I've got up here? It is. One Pocket Slim is playing well, that's a good match. Brain Fill Out and Travelling TT and Bankster has got a bye. So I'm going to go straight in and have a look and see what this Potman is all about. Good evening to Hair Pig. Oh, I've got the cloth at the wrong colour. Hang on a minute. Settings. So player 1 is Potman. He's getting a 7 ball. And this is what the Saturday Night League's handicapping is as well. It's Moneyball handicapping. Do you think I sound better? Well, I could sound better for 2 reasons. As far as my disease that I've had for the last 10 days, it's gradually clearing up because I know it's clearing up because my chest is clearing up. When I do that, you don't hear any gurgling. So my chest is clearing. I've always been like that. When I get a heavy cold, it goes to my chest, and so that's cleared up. I've still got a wee bit of a runny nose now and again, but that's sort of clearing up as well. So if the question is, am I feeling better than I was last week? I most certainly am. But I've also put the noise reduction on Discord to see if that makes it any better. And see if Steve notices any difference if he comes on to any of the streams in the foreseeable future. Oh, I certainly I've recovered a fair bit. Well, Tommy's played a nice little safety around the corner, around 3 rails. Got Potman blocked behind the 6. I don't know whether he can get the line off that long rail onto the 2 with the 3 ball being in the way. Quick look. Oh, my donut's not working. Hang on. Sometimes it does it. I think it's something to do with XSplit. And this, yeah, it's definitely something to do with the Alt and XSplit. Yeah, there we go. It's fixed itself. So Tommy is in. Now you can let me know what the audio sounds like now that I've put that noise reduction thing on in Discord again. I turned all of that off, going by the advice of a guy that I watched on YouTube. But I've stuck it back on last night. Or do you think it sounds better, Mark? Good evening to Rabbi or Rabbi, however you want to pronounce it. Well, that wasn't such a good safety by Tommy. And my man Potman, of course I'm totally impartial, has a great opportunity to pinch this first rack. Well, that was a bit stupid. Oh no, it wasn't. I take it all back, because I'm stupid. I've forgotten about the Moneyball handicap straight away. I've done it again. Straight off the bat this time. My apologies to my teammate. Potman getting the 7 ball. How many times do you think I'll make this mistake tonight? I usually do it about 3 times, and I'm running on empty here because I went straight off in the first rack. And Potman trying the combo there. Over under. What's Larry saying there? Over under is what? Over under is 5. What does that mean, Larry? Type that again in English, please. Or at least I can't understand what he means. Good evening to Sid. Oh, here's another question, Larry. You know how you're talking about, you know how you were talking about the information that's on the league page? My other question is, because I asked Stephen the stream the other day there, I said, I think I said, is all the teams playing every week? He said no. Now, maybe I'm a bit dumb. But the one thing I want to know is how do you know what teams are playing every week? Can you answer that one, Larry? There's one of them. So the scratch from Tommy, again, and this time I've remembered that Potman only needs a 7 ball. Now he's gone just a wee bit too far for comfort on this 6 ball. He's gone a wee bit too far inside. Now he needs to get a hold of the cue ball here because, yeah, he's digging in. He doesn't want to let the cue ball leak away, and he's done it right. It should be in the schedule tab. Ah, right. We'll have a look at that in a minute or two. Now, the question is, though, Larry, the schedule tab probably won't be live until 11 p.m. tonight, my time, in which case I'll be in my bed, so I'll check it. I'll check that tomorrow. Oh, dear. Let's have a replay of that. There you go. That worked. Is it empty? Yeah, I would imagine that then, as you say, that will activate or become live once the deadline is reached tonight. So we have a 5-8 combo up there. That is dead set. And well, this is the problem for Tommy. I think Tommy, he needs to make sure that this 5 ball doesn't leak away to the short rail. I'll have a quick cough. Because the 6 ball, I think, will squeeze past the 9 into the side. Let's have a wee look at that. Yep. Oh, the only thing I haven't looked at, and we'll do that right now because Tommy's going to square the match here. What I'm going to do is I am going to go to the lobby, type in SB for the banners, or /SB for show banners, and I'm going to go to that 10 ball tournament. Right, if we run down the 10 ball tournament, we had a match yesterday or earlier today. I can't remember when it was. There was one earlier today. I think it was last night. Shibo and Bobby Barris was playing. Shibo won that comfortably, 17 racks to 4. Jose is now his opponent because Jose had a bye. We've got the matches that are scheduled, the ones that I showed you. And there's been another couple of results, I think. We've got a result there from Interchange X and Grayslate. That was a bit of a slaughter. Interchange X won that by 17 racks to 1. And he's now through, and he's going to be playing the winner of Fantastic Mr. Fox and Mooncake. So Interchange X is going to have a big jump up in class in his second match. And then further down, we have Smoking Sid's got a bye. He's waiting. Well, the bad news for Sid is he's waiting in the winner of Cobra or Spectre Dawn. So he better get his act together as well. And then we have LS3 a bye, and then there's another result there. The match between Chico and Ice Age was this morning. It actually started half an hour before I got home from work. And again, it was a comfortable win for Chico, 17 racks to 6. Fast Eddie has a bye, and then we've got Zika. These are the scheduled matches. We've got Stubb against Hairpig. Mark Sharp waiting in the winner of that one, and then all the other matches I think are still waiting to be set. No, there's the result. That was the match went on last night. Hazard against FTD, whatever his name is, and Hazard won that fairly comfortably as well, 17 racks to 8. Hazard is now going to be playing Acero, and of course there's a big time difference with those two guys. I think the reason that match with Ice Age went ahead this morning, Ice Age I think has got an Australian flag, so he's like 9 hours in front of the UK, so that would have been evening time for him. But anyway, that's a step up for Hazard against Acero, and that covers what's happened so far in the 10-ball tournament. And meanwhile, back to the match, it's 2-1 to Popman. Yeah, I never even noticed he'd signed up for it, had he? I never even noticed his name there in the list. When I went down the bracket, I never saw it. Who's he got in it? Did you see who it was? Well, good evening to Slim. Good evening to Wit. Good evening to Bedhead. Oh, is he playing Slim? Well, that'll be a good match. And I think Barker's is from the UK, isn't he? I think he had a UK flag. Well, Tommy gets the bank on the 2-ball, and this is going to be tough. He's got a fairly easy safety here, and a really, really tough cut over that 4-ball. Well, he's hit it a bit too heavy, because, well, that 4-ball does go. Not the 4-ball, the 3-ball does go, but it's got to squeeze past that 4. And that's well played. And Popman warming up for tomorrow night's league matches. Well, I think we can be honest and say we've not really seen Barkers play any pool, but common sense tells me that if the guy can move the cue ball in snooker, he'll have a fair idea how to move the cue ball on a 9-foot pool table. And oh, what a nice little bounce there for Popman. Well, that's where the knuckles done him a favour this time. Oh dear. And then he shoots himself in the foot. That's the sort of crappy shots that he needs to cut out in his game. Because that's just sold this rack down the river. And, well, likewise for Tommy. I mean, these bedhead cuts, they're not that difficult. Well, I'm willing to bet that Barker's is the type of guy who will do some sort of preparation. I don't think he wants to come into this and look like a numpty. That's all I'm saying. And I had to laugh the other day, and I don't know whether you guys were around, and I don't know whether LS3 is in the chat, but LS3 put up her she put up her odds for the tournament yesterday, I think it was, and she was putting all the odds for a lot of the players, and it was 250 to 1 bar, and Sharky wasn't even mentioned. Sharky 9 wasn't mentioned in the betting at all, and I said I'll put $1,000 on Sharky 9 at 250 to 1. Because LS3, with the greatest of respect, she's not been around anywhere near as long as myself or Larry, but Larry knows how good Sharky 9 is. He's a well-capable player, and he's just trying to find his feet in VP4, but he's not to be trifled with, and he's certainly well on in the odds, in my opinion, and causing some upsets in the tournament. A former virtual world snooker champion, Sharky 9 is, from the VP3 days. So Popman, with a short-lived 2-rack lead, because Tommy should be getting back to within 1 here. And using the spin, the big stun and the spin off the rail. So ball in the break, 8 ball has gone, 1 ball in play, and it's a wee bit fiddly to go on this 2 ball. Nice. Well, he's played it well. I thought he might have been risking running into the 7 there, but obviously the angle was better than I thought. Now he needs to get good on this 4, and that isn't great, because he's got to. Now, is he going to go to the rail and just come out? He might well be. I don't think he might risk doing anything too much with the cue ball. And he needs to be careful though. Yeah, he's just digging in a wee bit because he doesn't want it to come off the rail and come over towards this 7 and 6. And in which case he's then overcooked a whole lot and scratched. My chair's acting funny again. I think the gas must be going in it. I can feel myself slipping down every couple of seconds. Well, Popman has ball in hand, and again remembering that Popman only needs to the 7 ball, so he should just be dragging this 5 ball in and sort of soft stun off it just to come along and make sure he comes off the rail to get reasonably straight in this 6 ball. Well, he's just letting it roll. Aye, I think he's fine. He's got top on the cue ball at the moment. He wants to just dig into this and come back off the 6. That's fine. Yeah, I've done that about 3 times now, Mark. I thought it was going to catch the jaw there. Yeah, I've done it about 3 times. I'm going to do it again, but I can just feel it beginning to slip. Hang on a minute. I'll tell you, I've told you this before, this chair weighs an absolute bloody ton. It's the most expensive chair ever bought. I think I paid 200 quid for this thing. And it's the most expensive chair that's lasted me the longest time. Because usually something snaps on a cheapy crap chair. And I've had plenty of them over the years. I've had loads of them. Bad investments, to be honest with you. If you're going to get a chair, get a good one. Didn't need even one of these bloody fancy gaming chairs. All these gimmicky things, but something comfortable. We'll see how long that lasts me this time. So they're missing the 1 ball from Popman. No ball in the break. Well, I'm asking the question of Spectre Dawn. Is Spectre Dawn a one-trick pony for Friday Night 9 Ball and nothing else? Because he's well overdue doing well in one of these tournaments. Does anybody remember what's the farthest he's got in one of these tournaments? Because I don't remember him going too deep. Somebody will know. But it's about time he put in a performance. Because you ain't nobody until you've at least got to one of these finals. Now, let's have a quick look at the 5 ball. Well, the 5 ball's fine, so this is just nothing to do with the cue ball other than just get the pace right. And, well, the only silly thing Tommy would do here would be hook himself behind the 9 if he lets it roll forward, but I don't think he's that daft. Now, here's the problem. That's fine as long as you're pretty straight in it. You know, whenever you're potting at a blind angle, I don't think he'll overcut this because he's got the full width of the pocket. Well, there's a result through it, and DJ Simon has been sent to the 1 loss side by Machine, 7 racks to 2. So, back to within 1 again for Popman, for Tommy. Tommy wants a good break. And it's already looking dry, but the cue ball has gone fairly well. The 1 ball has gone safe. Now, you can just bank this back up the table and use that 8 ball as a blocker. And he's going the other way. Yeah. See, the only problem with that shot is if you don't get cover behind a ball down here, you're leaving the shot on. If he had banked to 1 up the table, up that direction, and sent the cue ball over here, there's a fair possibility that this 8 ball would have been a blocker. Now you see, Potman didn't see that as a shot, and he went to a shot where he had to get the cue ball really good. And he had to get that ball down onto the rail to get it safe. Whereas my choice gave you better odds of getting it safe. But Tommy has got himself in trouble and tried to jump to escape the problem, and he has fouled by hitting the wrong ball. So Potman's got ball in hand, and he's got a problem straight off the bat here. And he's trying to get lucky here. I thought he was trying to. I thought he was going to try and run that into the side pocket and run down and nudge something, because this is not easy to get on, and that needed a bit of. I think that needed a bit of bottom and right hand English to kick it off the rail into the 4-ball. But Tommy now is hooked. Now this is a short little jump. He could land right on top of this ball, but he's actually landed perfect. But the problem, of course, is you get no control over the cue ball, and he's still in trouble now. The shot to play here is the kick off the rail, I think. Hit it into the rail, hit the 5 and run into the pocket. But the 5 might go and get blocked by the 8. That's the problem with this shot. If it hits the 5 could go that way, and he might not end up with a shot. But no, he's decided to play safe, I assume. And this is a big test for Potman, because this is thin and an odd angle. Now, there's a fair chance he's going to have a shot in the 5, so he just needs to make sure he doesn't scratch in this bottom corner here. He's played the bank, played the safer option. Well done. And now, 6 ball is off the rail. Another result through. 1 pocket slim is taking Spectre on out in the first match tonight by 7 racks to 2. Now this is just a straight draw. Now what's the spin he's got on this? Yeah, he's got the wrong spin on it. You see, there's somebody there who should have enough sense to know that if you're drawing up the table, the one thing you don't want to be doing is putting bottom and right hand English in the cue ball, because the bottom and right hand English immediately kicks it that way. When all you're wanting, he should have, if anything, he should have put bottom and left, so then it checked to the rail, it sort of kills it, and it stops it going that direction. See, that is either, well, it's got to be purely down to a lack of knowledge. And there's no way you needed bottom and right hand English in that shot. Plus, he overjuiced it. And that's why, you don't start running racks. You end up stalling. But anyway, this 7 ball though, we'll give the 2 rack lead again to Potman. Now the 2 ball gets kicked in by the 6, and the 1 ball gets a nice little nudge onto the 7. Dodgy cut in the 1. I'm pretty certain it goes past the 8. Yes, it does. Now, quick look to see how other things are doing. Well, of course, Larry's waiting on the winner of the match between Sylvia and John Boo. Sylvia 5 racks to 4 up. That's a scratch match. We've got Potman, of course, against Tommy, the one that we're watching. Machine's already through. Z Karaoke is now playing 1 pocket slim, and Brainful out, and Travelling TT. Travelling TT getting the 7 ball. He's 6-1 up. Well, Tommy's making the mistakes. It's a question of whether Popman's going to be taking advantage of these opportunities he's getting. He's getting enough of them. And Travelling TT has taken out Brainfill out by 7 racks to 1. Oh, that has just landed pretty nigh perfect on the 5 ball. Now again, it's all about the angle on this 6 ball. This is where the finer points of playing positional play come into it, where it all looks simple, but you've got to get good on this 6 to get good on the 7. So this is what you have to be thinking. So he's running through. Let's have a look if I can get this bloody button to work. Well, he just needs a bit of right English in this just to run to the rail and, if anything, run into the 9. But I think he's well away from it, and that will just check the cue ball and bring it back into line for the 7 ball. And that's not bad, but he's going to have to dig into this 7 ball to get a hold of it and hit it firm enough to go to the rail and come across. Now you see again, Popman's chickening out on the proper shot to get there, and you know there's a number of things Popman needs to work on, and he has to be brave enough to play the right shot so that he's not running into a ball, and he's then sort of bottling out in the 7 ball, and again he's frittered a rack away there that should have been well and truly his by just not being prepared to play the right shot. He had to stud that in firm, get the draw onto the side rail and whip it back across to the left to leave that 8 ball in the open for the pot into the top right. And well, again, the question is, did he know that he could play that, or did he decide he's just going to ride his luck? And it looks like that's what he decided to do, to ride his luck and start running into balls when you know that's going to happen, and he's just hoping he gets lucky. And that ain't a way to progress in the game, I'm afraid. What short clock are we talking about? What have I missed out now? What, we're talking about the 10 ball tournament? Have I missed something in the chat further up that's disappeared? 10 ball. Aye, but you've got like 2 extensions. Have you not seen the extensions in it? There's 2 extensions for each rack. And Sylvia has gone through against John Boo, 7 racks to 4. I think that's plenty time. I mean, 10 ball's not any more difficult than 9 ball. You've just got 1 more ball to get to. 25 seconds plus the 2 extensions, I think you won't even think about it when it comes down to it. Oh dear, Tommy has definitely come into this match cold. And Popman's had plenty of gifts here tonight. But, Popman's got a few things to work on. Now, Steve will tell you that when you break in 10 ball, you probably got a longer shot clock to start with. First of all, he'll probably confirm that. You probably get longer after the break in 10 ball than you think, before you then have to take your first shot. after you broke off. And the other thing is, this idea of calling shots, you don't have to call every shot in 10 ball. I mean, everybody that's in the tournament should have a fair idea how it's played. It's only banks and combos that you should really call. Fairly straightforward shots that you're potting that 6 ball into the top right hand corner pocket. You don't have to call obvious stuff like that. Well, the problem ball is up the top there next to the 9. And I don't think that 9's lined up for a combo. It's heading away up the table. And Potman can consider himself lucky that he hasn't left a shot on for Tommy, but that there's nothing happening here with those two. Oh dear. And this time it's Potman that's scratched. And I think the only problem now is that having given Tommy ball in hand, that allows him to easily deal with the situation with the 3 ball. Now, is Tommy going to be able to take this out? Well, he can't afford to mess this up. He's already in last chance saloon. Now you know what Steve will say. Steve will say, well, you all had plenty of time to read all the tournament information prior to signing up, and bring that to his attention if you had any problem with the shot clock. I mentioned the shot clock to him when he was showing me the tournament before it went live, and he said, "Aye, but it's okay. I've got two extensions," and I said, "Well, that should be fine." Well, you did mention it. Oh well. Obviously, Steve's not paying any attention. He doesn't listen to one person. He listens to the masses. As I've found out over the 20-odd years. So, Tommy, back to within 1, but I think he's come up dry. He's come up dry, and I think Potman can barely see an edge of this 1 ball. In fact, he can't. Well, I thought that was a cue ball down here. It's there. And my eyes are definitely going. Now, if Tommy can get this cigarette paper thin on this 1 ball, he should have Potman in trouble. Well, he had the right idea, but he just didn't hit it enough. Because if he had got the line right and hit it thin enough, he would have come up the table behind this 2 and 5 and 7, 6. 8 and 6. Send it to the side rail, send a cue ball to the other side of the table. And that's a good effort from Potman this time. And that's the problem with having an object ball you're trying to jump and hit close to a rail, because there's always strong odds that the cue ball or the object ball is going to be off the table. So Potman has the 1-9 combo for the match. And he's going to pay the price for that, because Tommy can stun the 1 and stun into the 9. He just needs to make sure he doesn't follow the 9 in. Like that. Commentator called it. That was always the danger. And the saving grace here for Tommy, he's knocked a 3 ball dead onto the 7. Now Potman has ball in hand, but he certainly doesn't want to be trying to run into the 3 and 7 and hope he gets lucky in the 2. He doesn't want to try and break the 3 and the 7 here. It'd be far easier potting the 1 and the 2 and then using that 7 ball as a stopper and ducking for cover on this 3 ball. That would be the sensible shot to play. The daft shot would be trying to run into this here, because that 6 ball's in the way. I think it's far easier to pot this and run into the 5 if he's going to hit the 5, and then just thin edge the 3 and then duck up the table. That's what I'd be doing. And that's what he should still be doing. He needs to get a bit of right spin on this cue ball, thin edge of this 3, and then go to the long grass up the table behind that 9 and 5. That's the shot. It doesn't need an awful lot of thinking. And that was, again, a poorly thought out shot by Potman. I mean, that is so naive to be playing something like that, I'm afraid. God help us tomorrow night if he plays like that. Some of these shots he's playing are just basic, simple safety shots. And that there was so bad. And again, Tommy's got himself in trouble. And Potman's been let off the hook well and truly here by Tommy. Tommy's been gifted opportunities by Potman, and Tommy's always seems to have found a way to get himself in bother. I wish Potman would watch this match back when the stream's finished. I might get him to go and watch it tomorrow before this league thing starts, because why he didn't see that as a viable safety shot on that 3 ball there is beyond me, and why he came up with that idea that he played is even more puzzling. And here we go again. Well, this time Tommy's come around the corner. He's got a chance to go hill. And Potman deserves all he gets in this. Because if he ends up losing, he should be looking back in this and then seeing where he lost. Well, this cue ball has got to travel. And the 7 rattled, but it's gone in. Now, is Tommy just going to take his medicine here and try and drop this in? Is he going to try and do something with the cue ball? Because this is an awkward angle here. And he might be coming right across to the left. Now, he's trying to sort of drag the pace off it, but he's not really got there. And Potman might survive yet here. This is tough. Well, already this match is 46 minutes old. And that's well done by Tommy. So it's hill. I see that's tactical. That's tactical by Cobra. Yeah, Cobra's trying to bait you, bedhead. Don't fall for it. He's trying to get rid of the contenders. He'll be talking to Albinario next. You watch. you withdraw first, and I will fall. Now there's a sucker manoeuvre if ever I've seen it. So the break off by Tommy was dry. He's played the push out. Potman has billiarded the 8 in. I'm sure that's what happened there. Of course, Potman's only getting the 7 ball, isn't he? It's not 7 and out. I don't know whether he played that or not. I'm hedging my bets that he didn't play it. Well, again, this time, Potman's got away with it. Now, once again, an easy safety by Potman here. I mean, again, he could skim this side of the 1 and come away and bank it towards the 9 and 6. He's went the other way. Let's have a look. Is there any edge of that showing? And that's really awkward. And the line to kick this 1 ball in is hampered by the 2. So this is actually a lot tougher than it looks. This is really tough. If he's going to go to the 1, he's going to have to go onto that first diamond with a bit of spin. But Tommy's decided to play the deliberate foul. The problem is, though, he hasn't locked the balls up. And Potman can pot the 1. Oh dear. Well, I think Potman's brain's fried. Where's Scotty? I can't remember where Scotty is. Let's see where Scotty is.
Brain is gone.
I found him. That's what's happened to Potman. He's fallen apart like a cheap suit. And this is my teammate. Well, Tommy's left it in bedhead territory again. It's all about the pace. And this pace looks not bad if he doesn't hit the 6, which he hasn't done. Now, he's going to have to get out into the table far enough to leave that cut. He's trying to do a bump here, and that's well done. Big risk, but it's a match winner. Little digging jab off the 6 just to come back. A digging jab, I call that. And Potman's only got himself to blame. He should go and watch this, I'll tell you. Because he's got a few things still to learn, Potman. And learning how to not lose a match is one of the first priorities, because he lost that match there. He had it in his grasp all the way through. And those sort of semi-basic errors that he was making cost him in the end. So, Tommy is through. Potman moves through to the 1-loss side to play DJ Simon. And let's have a quick update in the bracket, see where we are. So Sylvia is 4-0 up on Larry. Sylvia getting a 7 ball, so Larry's got his work cut out. Z Karaoke's all square with 1 pocket slim. And Travelling TT is 2-1 up against Bankster. Let's go in and have a look at this match with Z Karaoke and Slim. We'll catch the end of this. Well, we'll catch 1 pocket slim. Going a rack ahead here. Scratch match. Slim with a 5-4 lead. Now, did anything go in? aye, the 8 ball has gone, but no shot. Now, once again, this is where you've got to do a wee bit of thinking for the push out. And that shot that Slim has just played there, where the cue ball's finished, is actually good because he hasn't left a simple push through and lock up onto the 5. See, Karaoke can't do that. Now that 5 needs to miss those balls. If it had missed those balls, Slim was in trouble. And this is a wee tricky one as well. Oh, he's going to get to the rail, is he? I don't think so. So, the safety from Z Karaoke has caught out not Popman, Slim. And Z Karaoke with ball in hand. Now he's got to somehow find his way to this 4 ball. And immediately he's got himself in trouble because he's overhit that by a country mile. Again, you can see where these, players like Popman there, that's a great shot. Now there's a shot. Good recovery. Getting that touch right for positional play is how you string balls together. But we'll let him away with that one because that was an excellent recovery. But you don't want to have to be pulling out shots like that all night. Nine ball right in the middle of the table, so take your pick where you're going to go. But you don't want to go right on top of it like that. Oh, he's got a nice little kiss again. You see, that's just dicing with death. And again, not taking his time to get set. I'll have a quick cough. And that's gifted it to Slim. Well, after doing the hard work where he finished on that 3 ball to get to the 4, the 9 ball been right in the middle of the table. The cardinal sin there is going right on top of the 9 ball. You go anywhere in the table to leave yourself an open space to see the 9 ball and get a potting angle. And that's a good break from Slim. And this match is over. You just got to be careful he doesn't hook himself behind the 4, but he's got plenty of room whether he goes inside the 4 like that or stays outside. He just doesn't want to be dead straight like that. Let's have a look. No, he's fine. He's got the little angle, so he's got to just jab into this and hold it because he doesn't want to run down. Well, he's taken the risk and he's got on the spot. The only danger there was getting the wrong line and just running and grazing past the left side of the 6 as we look and hooking himself, but he found the line no problem. Now this is where you can get caught out with a stunt because these pockets, we know what they're like. And this match is over. So Slim is going to go through by 7 racks to 4. Players like Z Karaoke and Popman, they can all pot a ball. The little failings are not fully understanding how they're moving the cue ball. I think most of you would agree with me that they're not really 100% on the spot in how to move the cue ball in certain situations, and that's the sort of the one thing that sort of they get to a certain level and then that's where they drop off. They can't get over that barrier, and it's simply putting a wee bit of time in and looking at shots and trying to understand how they're moving the cue ball. there's certain things that they're just losing out on. And it doesn't take a lot of work to just bring them up a wee level in their game. Just a simple thing. Right, so I think that's all the first round matches and everything complete. So Sylvia is now 5-2 up against Larry. We've got Tommy and Machine about to go underway in round 2. Slim's waiting on the winner of Travelling TT and Bankster. So I think we should catch the remaining racks of this match with Sylvia and Larry. And Sylvia at the table, and she is getting the 7 ball. And if that cue ball keeps running, she should be in reasonable shape to just drop this 7 ball in. Sort of deadish weight. Of course, that's the money ball, and had to be careful there because you see, again, running the cue ball loose like that, you can end up looking a proper numpty. And it was heading straight for the scratch, and it was only the weight that held it off. So Sylvia on the hill, and Larry, well, he knows where he stands in this match. He can't afford to gift anything to Sylvia now. And the 2 ball's dead, so that's going nowhere. He's trying to get a breakout and he's missed a hit. Now, what's worse about this is what does he do with this 2 ball? Well, he needs to get to a rail, which he has done. And I think he'll settle for that as far as, not really leaving a pot on. What's Sylvia trying here? I think she was trying to cut that to, I don't know whether she was trying to play some sort of billiard, but she left the 2 on. Oh, well, maybe Larry didn't think he could pot. I thought he could. Maybe he couldn't. Or maybe he just played a bad shot. I'll never really know. Well, the gap's there, and the line is there to kick this 2 in. Now, it's a big target. You've got to go for the rail and the 2 ball at the same time. And that's perfect. Absolutely perfect. Found the line perfect there. Watch how that cue ball goes to the rail and the 2 ball exactly the same time. And now Sylvia, well, she could try a bank and the 2 and a billiard onto the 9 here. Not a bank and the 2, a bank and the 4 and a billiard onto the 9. But the 4 has gone in. The 9 had a look in the pocket. And now the problem's got to be dealt with for Sylvia because that 6 ball does obviously go into this corner and it's blocked by the 7 into the other one. And this cue ball has to move. Well, she got the movement in the cue ball and she would have been dead on the 6, but in doing that, she's missed the 5. And Larry has a lifeline here. And again, Larry's got work to do because, again, the way the cue ball's going, he's going to have to try and kill this in, and he might have overcut it. Oh, it just caught the jaw and went in. It caught the right side of the jaw and no more. Now, see that shot that Larry just played there, that's the shot I was talking about that Popman should have played earlier in his match. And he chose to play the sort of chicken out shot where he would pot the ball and then he runs into his next ball hoping to get lucky. You see, that's where Larry knew what to do to get that cue ball out of there and get on his next ball. And Popman either didn't know or wasn't willing to play the right shot. And that's where you've got to play the right shot. So, it's a long way back for Larry. but he's at the table with the break, and he is dry, I think. 2 balls blocked by the 8. Sylvia, well, is she going to be tempted by the bank? Because she's not going to get any real advantage other than potting the 1. Now, this is really tricky. If Larry's going to try and maybe thin this 1, he doesn't look as if he's doing it. He's trying to push it behind the 2. I thought he was trying to maybe run the cue ball behind the 2, but he's got the good result. So the tournament's been on for what, an hour and 2 minutes? And that match with Popman and Tommy was 46 minutes. One of the longest first round matches I've seen for a while. Well, that wasn't a bad hit by Sylvia, because she'd not left the pot on. But she should be in trouble after this, though. Larry trying to avoid the 2. He was trying to avoid the 2, which he did, to tuck behind the 8 or the 2. And, well, Sylvia's probably got no option other than to try and jump this and make the pot. Now, if she gets lucky, she can come out in the gap and have a shot in the 2. Well, I don't think she amped that up there, because she didn't get any pace into it. And what's more, she's left Larry a shot in the 1. And again, Larry's going to have to just maybe bump the 8 if he can. Oh, he hasn't. He's not got there. He's missed the hit. Well, this 3 does go into the side, but he's again making hard work for himself here. He has to watch the pace in the cue ball as well, that the cue ball doesn't just drop down behind the 5 and 9 and hook himself in this 4. He needs to watch this. This cue ball's heading down that direction, and he's managed to avoid the 5, and he's also come out behind the 9. Well, let's have a look at the 7. The 7's well off the rail. Well, if he's got the angle, let's have a quick look before he plays it. He's got the angle to run through and come down this right side as we look. And now this is the crucial shot for the rack. He has to make his mind up where he's going here. He can go forward and up the table, but he needs to come right up as far as he can and try and spin over here a bit. And that's what he's done. He's got the spin working, but he's finished dead straight. So I think he's just going to have to bail out here. Oh no, he's played the stun. He didn't hold back. I thought he was just going to bail out and roll it through and play it from the short side. But he's found his way out. Well, there's I think that's once every 6 month visit from Lady Hawk. So Larry back to within 2 with the break and with the ball in the break, but that cue ball is running safe. Now, obviously he can play the push out. Is he going to leave Sylvia the bait here? Well, that's not really a bank. But it is a bank into the corner. Is she going to take that? The 2 ball goes past the 6. It might be worth having a go here. She looking to thin cut it. Yeah, she tried to thin cut it. Played it well. The cue ball has just ran too far. Oh, now, well. Oh, we can see there's plenty of room for Larry to get to this for the jump stick. And again, he's just got to be careful that he doesn't bounce the cue ball off the table. His main concern, of course, is the fact that with the jump cue you can't do an awful lot. And the 3 ball's going nowhere where it is. But again, he can use the 7 ball as a stopper. I mean, that's the problem with jumps at short distances. And Sylvia now has ball in hand to immediately deal with the 3 ball issue. And this match should be over. And she only needs to the 7 ball. So 4, 6, and then down to the 7. And she's well capable of getting there. Because this is a bit straight, so she's playing the draw. And that's fine. So that attempted jump escape there from Larry was his last shot. And he moves over to the 1 loss side. And Sylvia goes through by 7 racks to 4. Right, quick catch up. I don't think any more results have come through, as a matter of fact. So Sylvia's now through, waiting on the winner of Tommy and Machine. And that match is 3 racks all. And I think what we'll do is we'll dive in and watch the rest of that one. And it looks like Tommy is about to take the lead. 4 racks to 3. Tommy is getting the 8 ball. And there's another result through. Popman has survived his first match in the 1 loss side. He's taken out DJ Simon 4 racks to 1. And there's another one through. Bankster has beaten Travelling TT by 7 racks to 5. And meanwhile, Machine trailing by the odd rack at the table. And well, the only real problem here is the angle that Machine is going to get on this 6 ball. The angle you want is not one that runs into the 7. So, you know, you don't want to be here when you're playing that. You want to be anywhere like that, where you can pot the 6 and come back and avoid the 7. So this is the crucial shot. The crucial shot is from the 5 to the 6. Because when you start bumping into the 7, you just never know what can happen. And again, I think that's fine, because you can just dink through and leave a long 7 back up the table. And the angle's fine, because you can hold for the 8, just let it roll through. Now again, the 9 ball sort of in the middle of the table. So again, the simple shot to get there. And back all square. Well, the 1 ball is stone dead over the corner pocket. And the 4 and the 6 have gone in the break. And, well, I'll say it. I mean, this rack should be over as well. We should have Machine in the lead after this one. So this 7-ball into the side, again, it all hinges on the angle that he has in the 7-ball into the side as to how easy it is to get onto the 8. Now you see, he's just gone a wee bit too far. I've got to make sure he misses the 9. And that's reasonable enough. And the same again, he has to miss the 9. And this is why he's missed the 8. I think he was making sure he wasn't running towards the 9. And that's how easy it is to get yourself in trouble. Just getting himself slightly the wrong angle on that ball into the side pocket just created the issue. And it's a gift of a rack for Tommy to take him into the lead. And that looks dry again. And this time it's a 1-8 combo. But of course that would be an ideal combo for Tommy, because his money ball, his extra money ball is the 8 ball, so that's gone. And that now means that when Tommy comes to the table, if he gets a shot, he's going to have to run all the rest of the balls. 2 ball is the immediate problem. And he's trying to just dink through. That's perfectly controlled. Absolutely spot on. Now, again, decide in how you're getting to the 3. Trying to get below the 3, and he's overcooked it. He's overcooked that big time. He had a huge area to get on this 3 ball. Whether he ran through to there, he could have had it long. If he fell short, he had it in the side. And he's overhit that by 1.5 feet. And trying the jump shot recovery. Oh, that 3 ball, has it just travelled far enough? No, it hasn't. Tommy can pot the 3. But he's going to have to try. I think he's trying to go off the short rail and come out. No, he's played a billiard. And that's all gone wrong. Oh, wrong button. Hang on a minute. That wasn't the one I wanted. Oh, good evening to Bill, or good afternoon. Oh, Mark's still there. Mark's still awake. Well, I twisted my wheel, my base of my wheel, and I'm still erect. I haven't gone down again since I've done it. Well, that's a disaster for Machine. It's given ball in hand for Tommy, and Tommy has, where's he finished in this? Well, it does go. I was doing a bit of thinking the other day with this big price increase that we've got for our gas and electricity that's coming. I'm thinking about when the winter months come in. I don't think I'll be doing that many Friday night 9 balls this winter, to be brutally honest with you guys, because I'm not going to be putting my central heating on an awful lot, to be quite frank with you, and I don't intend to be sitting here freezing and doing live streaming, because it's going to cost an arm and a bloody leg as soon as you get into the new year. It's going to cost a fortune for us all. I think the government are just biding their time to see how many pensioners it kills this year, because you're going to hear all sorts of stories coming out depending how bad the winter is. But I'm not living in the lap of luxury to afford a £500 gas bill coming in sometime in February or March. It's going to be that big a hike. Well, we're 5 racks all. Well, there's a big open space to get on this 5 ball if you let the cue ball run. I think he's got to do that. Well, he's overcooked it again. Oh, it's such a... I mean, that's like 5 feet too much running. That shot. He's in no man's land here with a dodgy cut on this 5 ball. He had, you've got a target area to try and get the cue ball into. It's somewhere around about there. But he's played one recovery shot. And now the big test is, what does he do with this? Does he chicken out and pot the 6 and just play the long cut in the 7? Bearing in mind where the 8 ball is, it's sort of wide open. Or does he try and get good? And, well, you see, he's tried to get good and he's ended up really nowhere. And that's why he's missed the 6. Now, again, sometimes you've got to take your medicine and leave yourself the cut, because with wide open spaces, the chances are you were definitely going to have a shot in the 8 ball. And I think Machine has fallen into his own trap there. And Tommy has been gifted a chance he probably wasn't expecting. And now it's all about the pace. Get down onto that top rail. And that's perfect. Well, it might not be perfect. It might actually be just under hit it. But he's fine. Now again, this just needs to be dinked in and let the cue ball roll out. I don't know whether he can hold this for the side pocket. Oh dear, he's taking his eye off the ball, trying to get good on the 8, and once again he's not really done that either. But well, this is a tester, but it's well off the rail. Where's the cue ball going? Well, the 8 ball cuts comfortably, but you've got to let the cue ball run, and it's got to be enough pace to make the cut. Oh, I think he might be dead here. Well, it's a big cut across table to take Machine to the hill. Got to get the pace in it to get it moving, and got to watch the cue ball. Well, that's perfect, but the cue ball though, the cue ball has gone. Oh dear. You've got to see that coming. The commentator called it again. That's when you hit that, you have to hit the pace in it to get it moving across that rail. But doing that, you've also got to think what you're doing with the cue ball. You have to do a wee bit of something to try and change the line of the cue ball. And so, Tommy, with the break, has potted the 3 ball. He's got the 1 ball down the rail, and he's got a nice angle to come across table here. And he's pretty much nailed that. And Travelling TT has beaten John Boo 4 racks to 0 on the 1 loss side. Now that's now a little bit in between. Now he's got to play this long. He's got to play this up into the corner because the 5 doesn't go past the 9 into the side. So the right shot is to play it up into the corner and finish behind the 5 into the same pocket. He looks as if he's, at the moment, he looks as if he's going forward here. Is he coming off the rail and he's digging in a wee bit. He had to do that just to stun it in. Well, this is a sort of 2-in-1 shot here. He can play this and dig in, or he can play it plain ball. But either way, if he doesn't dig in, he's going to leave an awkward shot in the 6. So he's got to decide how he's going about this. And again, thinking about leaving a half-decent shot in the 6. That's why he's ended up forgetting about the 5. And we still could go hill here. And this does go. And he'll avoid the scratch. Well, he should be over the line here. And again, you know, no prizes for anything here. Just pot the 8, let the cue ball run forward, come around and out, and leave the cut. Could have done with going a wee bit further left, but, you know, he should never be missing this. So, final rack decider. Oh, I think there's a cue ball. So, Tommy has a free go here with ball in hand, and there's work to do. But that 3 ball will go, and you can use that a bit of that 6 ball to help it into the pocket. So this has got to have a good line, and that isn't great. He wanted to be back out here. He wanted to be sort of down the barrel in this to make it a lot easier. This is not easy now. In fact, he could. Oh, he's played it perfect. Nailed it perfect. Now, again, has to watch the 4 doesn't go dead to the rail, and he's played it dead weight. Dinking out backwards for the 5 into the same pocket. What's the angle like? He's fine. You can just do a little stun. And he must have the angle on this 8 ball. Now, the 8 ball is off the rail, so... And of course, I've just realised only needs the 8 ball. That's the second time I forgot it tonight. So Tommy falls over the line by the odd rack, 7 racks to 6, and Machine moves across to the 1 loss side. So we've had results coming through. Let's have a quick look now. Sylvia is now playing Tommy. One Pocket Slim is playing Bankster, and Bankster is getting, I think, the 6 ball. And Slim is 4-2 up there. Let's have a look at the 1 loss side. Potman is 3-2 up against C Karaoke. Brain Fill Out is 3-2 up against Larry with the 5 ball. Let's have a quick jump in Larry at the table, looking to go all the way in this match to survive. And this will get rid of Brain Pillout's money ball. Oh, that's a question I meant to ask you guys. Did any of you guys discuss the 10-ball tournament with Semi-Pro and find out why he didn't sign up for it? Maybe he's busy. That's if any of you guys are still there and still awake. Oh, this cue ball needs to just hold up. He doesn't want to go right down inside this 9. Now it's just a little tweaker. So, final rack decider again. And Larry with the break. Cobra says yes. Firstly, he now regrets not signing up. I mentioned it in the bloody last stream I did. And he was on the stream at the time. And he had all that time to get signed up. Well, Popman survives. He's beaten Z Karaoke 4 racks to 2. And Larry trying to survive. Oh, well, he's had a lucky escape there. He hasn't scratched, but he's ended up hooking himself. And is he going to... I mean, this is too long to jump, I think, at this short a distance. He's going to have to try and kick this in. And this is tricky. Well, he's trying the Massey. Yeah, that was really tough. But Brain Pillout has a cut in the 4. The cue ball's going to again be running. Well, that's perfect weight for the pot, but where's the cue ball going? Well, he's got to take the bank. So this, to go through, and as Steve would say, it's not a difficult bank. And it isn't, because Brain Pillout, nailed it. And so Larry got himself out of shape there, hooking himself in the 4, and that's cost him. And Larry is going to have to try again another time. Brain Pillout survives. And where have we got to now? So Popman is now going to be playing Travelling TT. Spectre Dawn is playing Machine at the moment. We're going to go in and watch that, because that has just started that match. In fact, Machine had just won the first rack. And he's trying to decide where he's going to break. Race to 4 on the 1 loss side. This is a scratch match, no handicap. Oh, that was a thunderous break. And that's finished awkward though. It's awkward because the angle and also because of where the 2 ball is. Now there is a way of getting to this 2 ball, and you've got to juice it up and get the spin going. You've got to get the spin working. Now, I don't know whether he put any left-hand English on that, because if he did, he would have came off the rail and went that way instead of straighter like that. The danger with the shot I'm talking about is that he could end up hooking himself. But his safety looks pretty good. That's excellent. Now this just needs a little clip. And well, it's not bad that he hasn't left a pot on, but he's going to be in trouble in a second. Oh, the two ball's still running. I think he's okay, but he hasn't got full cover. Now, I was thinking Spectre Dawn would try and come back across behind the 3, but he's went the other way. But that works as well. Oh, and that works too. Now Spectre Dawn looks as if he's going to jack up here with a jump stick, I think. Yeah. And that's well played as long as the cue ball runs. I think he's just got enough of the 3. He's got to try and pot this and avoid running into the 4. I don't know whether he can. Yeah, he just clipped the 4 and he's also clipped the 6. And likewise for Spectre Dawn here, he's going to have to recover with a bank shot. And this cue ball might be finishing on top of the 5. Well, there's a gap, but it's one of those where you've got to read this angle at a short distance. And he's nailed it. So it's going to be 1 rack all. Spectre Dawn with the break in rack number 3. Good evening to WizKid. He said it stresses him too much, so I advised that he doesn't join stream. Well, that's true. That is also true, Cobra. He's his own worst enemy. I think he's got a. Where's this cue ball going? He's his own worst enemy because he's not focused on what he should be doing, and he's more interested in what other people are thinking of him. I think that's his problem. I mean, I had a long discussion with him about that sort of stuff. Where's my button? And to be honest, I don't think he paid any attention to me. But that's exactly it. I mean, you can watch, if you want to watch a stream, you watch it after the match anyway. You don't pay any attention to what's happening during the bloody match, but that's what he did. That's what he did in the other tournament. And it's probably right that he stays out of it. But if he's going to get in the tournaments, then he stays out of the stream. And he gets inside his own head more than anything else. Well, Machine's also got himself in trouble. He's trying to duck away, and that has got Spectre Dawn by the short and curlies, as they say. Well, there's not much of this 3 ball to hit if you're trying to kick off the long rail. Let's put it that way. Yeah, that was really, really tough. And the only good thing about that is that hitting it at that pace, he got away with the fact that he never actually bumped this 8 and 7. The 8 and 7 still locked up, so Machine still got work to do. Well, the thing is, see, I keep arguing with people. You know, what I say or what happens in the streams is immaterial to what's going on, because I'm only trying to think what the player's thinking, and we're only trying to suggest what would be a good way of getting something done. And then we're critiquing the choice of the player and what they did and how they ended up going bad. That's all it is. But there are some players in this game, not naming names, but semi-pro is one of them, who, they start having a long discussion about why you said this and why you said that. It's water off a duck's back at the end of the day. And it doesn't matter a jot. It's only to offer an explanation to some people that might watch who might not be quite switched on as to what the player is trying to do or should be doing or didn't do, anything like that. That's what it's all about. I mean, Popman, for example. Popman's biggest failing is I don't think he pays any attention to the streams. What Popman should be doing tonight is going and watching his first match that I commented on and see if he comes back and tells me where I was wrong. Because it's staring you in the face that Popman is a couple of shots short. He's a couple of shots short of being a very solid player. As are quite a few other players. They're just lacking that little bit of knowledge in how to get something done. And very often it's critical by getting to that next ball and being able to run racks more successfully. And the fact that I don't think Popman pays any attention to that, and it probably tells you why he's still doing the same silly bloody mistakes. Because he's not learning from his mistakes, or he's not watching and seeing where he went wrong and how he could have played that shot better. But any other player who I've commented on, I mean, I've had a 2-page essay from Wanwa. I fell out with Z Karaoke the first time he was here because I was talking about his rating and how he doesn't play to his rating in these tournaments. You can have a high rating in challenge rooms. It matters nothing to me. It's how well you do in big tournaments. And Z Karaoke wasn't happy with what I was saying. How often have I criticised Larry? How often have I criticised Cobra? And all these other players, because they all know what they can do. And it's only critiquing a player. It isn't slagging him off. It's just saying he's done something stupid or he's done something brilliant. That's all it is. And you should just let it go. let it go. I was going to burst into song there, guys, but I saved you from the embarrassment. Yeah, I mean, there's some guys seriously think that either me or Steve are out to rip them apart. We've got a vendetta against some folk. Albinario's played some numpty shots, and I've told him plenty of times. Albinario doesn't pay any bloody attention to it in the slightest. Doesn't have a care in the world, as most very good players should do, because they know fine well that probably the most of the time, if the criticism comes their way, then it's probably justified criticism, because they know they made an arse of a shot, or they know that they played a bloody good shot. And Slim has gone through against Bankster, 7 racks to 4. And meanwhile, Machine finds himself on the hill, 3 racks to 1 up. Well, I mean, Steve says, when Steve says, that's an easy shot, this is a simple shot, and I'm scratching my head saying, it doesn't look bloody simple to me. But Steve's like me, he talks a much better game than he can play. Certainly in VP4. I mean, that's a definite. He also made a comment that I never beat Albie. No, that's Stubb that makes comments like that. I never heard him saying that. When did he say that? He didn't say it in the last stream, did he? Well, Machine should be home and dry here. And Spectre Dawn is going for an early bath tonight. And he can now focus on the 10-ball World Championship. I don't think Zangetsu's in the 10-ball, is he? Has Zangetsu signed up for it? Is he just a one-trick pony? Is he just black ball and nothing else? Right, so Machine survives. Let's see where we've got to. What time are we? We're an hour and 44 minutes into tonight's Friday night 9-ball tournament. 13 we're in, 3 empty spots. We've got Sylvia in round 3, who is 4 racks to 3 behind against Tommy. Sylvia getting what seems to be the 6th ball. Slim is now waiting on the winner of that match. Quick look back across at the one-loss side. That'll update in a second if we can get this thing set. We'll have Spectre on through to play Brainfell out. Travelling TT and Popman are playing. Popman's 2-1 up. Travelling TT getting whatever it is, the 5 ball. So we're going to go in and catch the rest of the match with Sylvia and Tommy. And it's an all-German affair. Well, I don't mean affair. I mean it's just Tommy and Sylvia playing, not an affair. But they're 2 Germans, and we are all square. And Sylvia getting the 6 ball as an extra money ball, and Sylvia's break is dry, and not a comfortable shot in the 1 ball for Tommy. Trying to get distance and get cover, and he's left a gap, believe it or not. Well, this cue ball's going to go towards the 2. Oh, the double kiss. Well, again, this 1 ball could be potted, but the cue ball's going to end up somewhere up the table with no shot in the 2. So, again, Tommy's used common sense here and decided, well, let's try and get cover. And he hasn't got it. Now, Sylvia, I think, is going to take the bait here. Is she going to try and cut this one onto the 2? No. She's thought better of it. And that's not bad. Is the game stuttering for you like the stream is for me? Is anybody else getting problems with the stream? There's nothing happening in the game. I would have mentioned it. Everything seems to be running fine on my end. Cobra says it's fine. Mark says it's fine. Maybe if you're watching this, Larry, the ball speed up and slow down. Maybe you want to double check the bottom right hand screen on Twitch and see that the resolution's set right, because it's running fine. And I'm watching the stream obviously on my second monitor. I'm watching my my XSplit broadcaster when I'm playing the replays and all of that stuff, and watching the chat, and it's running fairly fine for me, is the way I see it. It does it in YouTube also. Maybe they're throttling your internet or something. I don't know. It's your system, Larry. There's a stock Solaris answer. Here Pig says he sees it too. I think it might be something to do with the line between this country and the US. Oh, it could well be that there's something going on. I don't notice anything. Hang on a minute. Has this been happening all night, or has it just happened? Let me tab out for a second. Right. Let me know if anything changes. Let me know if you see any difference. Well, I mean, I don't know. It could, well, it might be VP4 servers. I don't know, but I say I'm not noticing any problem. I mean, if I ignore the stream and I look at the game, the game's running perfectly fine. There's no stuttering, and balls are running smoothly. It could be Restream. It could be Restream, who are obviously taking the feed and then sending it out to YouTube and Twitch. It could be Restream that's to blame. So Sylvia with a 5 racks to 4 lead. Tommy, I don't think can he get a hit? Yeah, he's got a hit. And well, Sylvia is going to be in dire straits here in a second. She's going to be nailed. I mean, this is just dead weight. It must be a network issue then. That's all it could be down to. Because I've double checked my PC. I just actually switched off my antivirus there because I thought maybe it's doing a scan, and I've switched it off. Because obviously when you're streaming, you don't want loads of things running in the background, because that's going to eat up all sorts of processing power. And certainly nothing has changed in the setup. There's nothing been changed in XSplit. So we're back all square, 5 racks all. Tommy breaking. Sylvia getting the 6 ball as her money ball. The 3 ball is going in the break. And Tommy's got no shot in the 1. other than a jump. And the 2 balls locked up against the 9. Oh, he could have done with a wee bump there, but never got it. Well, there's a good hit by Sylvia. And the end result, I don't think's too bad either. Is it? Oh, that 2 ball does go. It does go. I thought the 4 was blocking it, but the 2 can just squeeze past. And this cue ball can come out. Oh, in fact, he's playing it into the side. Well, I was wondering that because he doesn't have a full pocket. I thought he was going to come through and out. He's left it short to take it into the other side pocket, but he's only got half a pocket. And that's why he's ended up hitting the 6. Now, I think, when you see you've only got half a pocket, you've got to nail the position in the 4. To me, it was far easier to get out into the table and take it into the other side pocket. And of course, Sylvia only needs this, kill the 5 ball and take the 6 into the side or up the table, whatever she prefers. Aye, that's what I asked. I don't know whether any of you guys answered me, but has it been, Larry just mentioned that, has it been happening since the start of the night, or has it just happened in the last half an hour? This lagging, I need to stand up, my legs are dead. Oh, that's better. Because nobody mentioned anything at the start of the tournament tonight, so it's strange. I mean, I would have been the first person to say to you guys, are you noticing anything funny going on? Because it all looks fine here. I'm looking at my my stats here, and it's saying drop frames none. It's saying everything's running sweet. It's getting worse, Fuzzy Dunlop says. It's all your systems. That's what it is. Where's the cue ball going? Oh dear. Well, there's a gift and a half for Sylvia. Ball in hand in the 6. And Sylvia goes through. 7 racks to 5. Tommy moves over to the 1 loss side. Sylvia marches on. So now we have a hot seat match. And it's between Sylvia from Germany and One Pocket Slim from the USA. Quick look in the 1 loss side. Now, obviously, things won't move on any further until the match that we're about to watch is over. So, Tommy is waiting on the winner of the match between Popman and Travelling TT, and that's a final rack decider, which is now just finished. And Popman has gone through by 4 racks to 3. So Popman and Tommy are going to go at it. Meanwhile, Brainfill Out and Machine are playing. Machine 2 racks to 1 up. And Bankster's waiting on the winner of that one. So that's how the 1 loss side looks. Oops, here we go again with this silly thing. So now we have tonight's hot seat match. And that is between Sylvia and One Pocket Slim. And Sylvia has won the lag. She's getting the 7 ball. Oh, that's a slug break if ever you've seen one. Those balls just died. And the two balls rolled in front of the one. Oh, there's an edge. I don't know whether Slim's got enough of it. I think he might have. I think he's got enough of that to pot it. Oh, he's overdone it. It's weird that it all looks fine here. So I think it's the middleman that's to blame. I definitely think it's Restream that's causing it. Aye, that is a good point, Slim. Any of you guys that are on YouTube or Twitch should go and look at another live stream and see if it's doing the same thing. So Sylvia has ball in hand, but I think quick look at this 3-ball. Obviously the 2 balls next after the 1. And that's no good. So now she's going to have to just duck here unless she's looking for the combo. 2 ball can go at the top rail. Oh no, it was a combo for the... that's the third time. That's the third time tonight. The combo in the 7 for the rack. Forgot about it straight away again. If any of you guys watched that, I don't know how I ended up watching this guy. I can't remember what his channel's called. It's either Beardy or something. It's this guy from England he's got long hair and he's got a long beard, and he's got a channel which basically has loads of videos where it seems to me that he travels around the world and he looks for restaurants and places, whether it be pubs or bars or whatever, where they have eating challenges. And this guy, I mean, why is it always seems to be people that, they don't have a big gut on them. They don't look heavy built. They don't look like the type of person that would be able to consume like 5 pounds of meat and various other decorations that are on the plate and scoff them within a certain amount of time. I mean, this guy's incredible. He's absolutely amazing. But that's what he does. I've watched a good dozen of his videos, and you want to see the bloody stuff that this guy eats. His videos are usually about 10 minutes long. And so he'll start off by maybe either driving to a place, today we're in such and such a place, town, and we're going to this place, and they do this challenge. I mean, the other day, the one that I watched, he had a 36-inch pizza, right? And this thing was bigger than a dustbin lid. It was like a cartwheel, and that is a simple challenge for him. Believe me, that is nothing. They had cut it up for him, into a wagon wheel, and he was taking big slices of this pizza, and he was folding them over, and he was devouring them. There is not one challenge that I've watched this guy do where he's failed. I mean, it's just incredible. I mean, he had a burger. He had a burger the other day, and again, this burger bun was bigger than a frisbee, the top part of it, and then of course you had loads of all sorts of stuff on this burger. It was bloody enormous, with fries and bacon and cheese and jalapenos and whatever else. And he just devours these things. So these videos are like 10 minutes old, and he might have maybe half an hour or 45 minutes or an hour that he's allowed to eat these things. And you know, you don't have to pay the bill, or you get a t-shirt. I haven't seen him fail once. Is that his name? I know it's something to do with beard, but I mean, I swear you've got to watch him. I mean, the stuff that he's eating looks bloody delicious, I have to admit, and he tears this thing apart, and then he still takes a dessert after it, which is even more incredible. And he's drinking like pint glasses of water sometimes, and maybe bottles of, a bottle of Coke or whatever to wash stuff down. And I think I'm greedy. This guy's just incredible. He's just come back from a trip to the States, I think, because there was some of his videos he was in the States, and you know what they're like in the States. I mean, they eat like gannets. So if you get a chance, trawl through YouTube, you'll find him one way or another. And you won't believe what this guy puts away. And he has got no gut on him whatsoever. Right, so we're one rack all in a hot seat match. That's me talking about food, so naturally now I'm starving. Oh, Sylvia trying to be flashy, and it only needed another half ounce, and that nudge there, and the 7 ball would have gone. And Machine has 1 out against Brainfill out on the 1 loss side, 4 racks to 1. And of course now Slim can get rid of Sylvia's money ball by just nudging this 5 along the rail. Not too much power on it, just to keep the 5 ball there. Now he's got to be clever, because I think he's going to have to get this cue ball moving. 6 obviously blocked by the 8. Yep, he's got the line. Well, like I said earlier, only another little half ounce on that clever little shot that Sylvia tried there in the 7 ball, and that 7 ball would have been in and the rack would have been over. But it's Slim that takes the rack for a 2-1 lead. He's also had a ball in the break, which was the 4, and he's going to play, I would assume, the cut and the 1 onto the 6. No, he looks as if he's going the other side. Yeah, he's played the pot. Oh, and that's a nice little nut. Oh, no, it hasn't. It just glanced off the 7. I thought it was going to be full in the face there on that 7. And now he's in no man's land. It's one of them. It doesn't go past the 3. And that is a good recovery. And again, he's got to get top side, running the rails Doesn't want to be hampered by the 9, he's fine. So Slim is looking fairly good here for a 2-rack lead. Now this is the ones that are always dicey because he's right in the pocket here. And he's got that controlled well. Absolutely spot on. Well, it all looks simple if you can move the cue ball pretty well, which Slim's managed to do in that rack. So a 3-1 lead. The break looks dry, and I think that 7 ball has just come to Slim's rescue. Sylvia locked up, just to push out. Now again, there's a bit of thinking to be done with the push out. Where do you put this cue ball where you're not going to end up in trouble and where you don't leave your opponent with an easy choice? Well, it's that distance, and if Slim was brave enough and he has the touch, he could just push this through. It doesn't pot past the 3. And he looks as if he's drawing back. Where's he going? Oh, he's tried an elaborate combo, I think. And he might have got away with it. Now, if Sylvia can get the right kick on this 1 ball, she can get it to the other rail. Well, she might be in trouble now because Slim can send the 1 away, but I think Slim's got to be careful here because if he doesn't get cover, he could well leave a shot on here for Sylvia. Is he going for the pot? Yeah, he's trying to drop it in. That was excellent. I thought he was maybe trying to run for cover, but he's took on the pot, he's nailed it, and he's sitting nicely on the 2. And the 3's wide open. And, he's going for the kill. Oh, the cue ball's leaking away. Oh, he was lucky there. He almost got into that too much. Five ball goes past the 7, no problem. Now he's just got to decide how he's going to get to the 6. Does he want to try and spin it into the inside of the 9 ball? No, he's going to play safe. Now has he got himself 2 straight? And yes, he has. He might just dink through for the 7 into the side. I mean, he looks as though he's killing it. Well, anywhere in this half of the table, if he's letting the cue ball run, and he'll have a shot in the 8. Oh, he's overdone it. And he left himself awkward. And once again, he might have got away with it because that's left Sylvia in the no man's land. Take your pick. Where do you want to go? Whatever way you go, it ain't easy. And that hasn't rolled safe. And Slim has got to be careful he doesn't run into the 9. And he's well away from that. And this is a reasonable enough bounce. He can pot this 8 ball comfortably, and he'll be over for a shot in the 9. So it's going to be 4-1. And Sylvia needs something to happen for it. Oh, this match is running away. And straight away I heard the ball go in. Don't know what it was. Something else went in as well. Might have been the 9. No, it wasn't. What went? The 5 and the 6 have gone. He's in a shot in the 1. He's on the 2. 3 ball down the rail. 4 ball. Nothing to do to go on the 4. Well, I think that's immediately went wrong because he didn't want that. He did not want that. And what's more, he's got himself hooked. Well, that was careless. He's going to have to bail out with a jump stick. And that was a cracking shot, albeit the fact he couldn't get onto the 4 with any position. And Tommy has taken out Popman on the 1 loss side. Well, it only is 1 loss side matches that are left now apart from this hot seat match. And Tommy wins by 4 racks to 2. Well, it's getting awkward again here. Another dicey 7 ball for Slim. But this time he's got it sweet. And again, nothing to do with the cue ball other than pot the 8 and let the cue ball do its stuff. And you'll be on the 9, no problem. Well, it's a long trek for Sylvia now. And she's not, even though Slim's came up dry, she's not getting any favours from him because she's not getting a shot to get started. And this 1 ball certainly ain't it. And she's tried the billiard, and that's worked. If the cue ball stays in the table, that will do. Excellent. Well, if you can get another 3 or 4 of them, you're laughing, but immediately, guess what's happened? Oh dear. The scratch from Sylvia after that quick rack with a little billiard onto the 7, and with ball in hand, Slim has the table at his mercy now. Has he got a problem here with the 4 ball? Well, he doesn't, because the 4 ball clearly goes past the 6. And, well, within the next 2 minutes, Slim will be in the hill. Well, I don't know whether he's going to let this run 3 rails here if he can. No, and that's the problem. But he's got away with it because he's still got a cut in the 6. But he was trying to run that 2 or 3 rails to come down onto the 6. He certainly didn't plan on hitting the 7. But in the end, it hasn't done him any harm because he's nudged the 7 over the pocket. The 8's right next to it. No problem getting to the 9. Well, I say no problem. He's gone absolutely bolt straight, I think, and I know he's got a slight angle. Just get enough. So Slim, one rack away from tonight's final. And that sounded dry to me, that one as well. And again, Sylvia is getting nothing. Look at this, you know, Slim's come up dry, she's left nothing here, Sylvia. Nothing but trying to duck. And she may well be in trouble in a second, because this combo is dead set, and the one ball hasn't opened up though. And from a gift of a combo there for Slim, he's messed it up and put Sylvia back in trouble though. Well, Sylvia missed the hit, and the table, well, this is it for the match. Everything wide open. Join the dots, pretty much. Well, the angle's there on this 3-ball to let this cue ball run out. He might check it with inside right here to come into the gap, and that's what he's done, because if he'd let it run, he could have finished awkward on this 4 with the path that the cue ball would have took. So he amended the line that cue ball was taken by putting right English on it, so that when it hit that short rail up top, it straightens up. And now this has gone a wee bit funny. It's one of these where you either, you know, go all out for it in the side, or you just push it up into the corner to try and open up an angle in this 7. And again, that tried to scratch. Cue ball nudging both jaws, I think, there. Yep. Excuse me. So Slim is going to have a little break as he knocks the 9 in. And it's a 7-2 win for One Pocket Slim from the USA. He's through to tonight's final. Sylvia moves over to the one-loss side. And let's have a quick look. So she's now waiting on, well, she's got a little wait herself. In fact, Machine had just gone through by 4 racks to 2 against Bankster. And so Machine and Tommy are about to play. And then the winner of that match will play Sylvia to see who gets the final. So it's Tommy from Germany and Machine from the USA. Now, did they play earlier on? Am I just imagining it? No, they did play earlier on. I was thinking they played earlier on. So Tommy put Machine to the one-loss side earlier on. I think we watched that match. No, we did. And it went to a final rack decider. So Machine has got a chance for revenge here in this match. So we'll get in and watch that. Machine is in. Tommy's just arrived. They're lagged for the break. I'll have a quick drink. Well, the one on the right's going to win it. whoever that is again, I can't remember. It's Tommy. Race to 4. And Tommy, who is player 1 in the HUD, is getting the 8 ball. And he's had a ball in the break, but it's finished ugly. Really ugly. All the balls bar 1 down in the bottom end of the table here. Push out played. Now, can Machine... Yes, he can. He can get enough of the 1 and squat past the 8 ball. Get loads of balls for cover. And that push out there by Tommy was asking for trouble. And the chances are that, depending on the pace that he hits this, and he hasn't got the line, but he's run into 1 ball, and that just opens things up slightly. Now, Machine has ball in hand. I don't think he's contemplating the 1-9 combo. It's not sitting anywhere near easy. But what he's also doing is he's got faith that with ball in hand that he should be expecting to run out here. So he's backing himself to get the job done. And he should do it. Oh, I'll tell you about the weird dream I had the other night, if you're still listening. Well, that was really weird. And it was so weird, I was totally confused when I woke up. It was Tuesday morning, which is the day before my day off, right? And I had a dream, and the dream was that the night before, as I was going to bed, I switched off the alarm that's on my house phone. I've got an alarm on my house phone that sits next to my bed. I use it as a backup, and I've got it set for 4 a.m. And I was dreaming that I had set the phone alarm off because it was my day off the next day. Because that's what I'm in the habit of doing every Tuesday night. And I also dreamt, after I had switched off the house phone alarm, that I switched off my clock radio alarm that also sits next to the bed. So that's my main alarm, plus my phone is the emergency alarm if the other one doesn't go off. And so that was the dream, right? That was what was in my head as soon as I woke up. And I'll tell you why I woke up. Because my alarm went off, right? You wouldn't have seen me sitting on the edge of the bed at 4 a.m. last Tuesday morning, scratching my head, right? I'm scratching my head because the first alarm went off, the clock radio went off, and then the phone alarm went off. And don't forget, I'm just in the middle of dreaming that I've set these both off the night before. So I immediately woke up, I sat on the edge of the bed, and I said to myself out loud, oh, I forgot to switch the alarms off last night, right? And I was switching them off and about to go back to bed, and I'm thinking, well, hang on a minute, what day is this? And then I've never felt so down as I did Tuesday this week, or was it last week? I can't remember. When it came to my senses and I realised it was only Tuesday morning, and I had to still get up and go to work. I was about to go back to bed. So that's the weirdest dream. I dream simply about putting alarms off the night before. That shows you how my brain works. You know, you hardly ever bloody switch off at night now. But you're back at work within the next few hours. And my brain was working overtime with that dream. I could have easily listened to my dream and switched the alarms off and turned over and went back to sleep and then been late for work. I've never felt so embarrassed sitting on the edge of the bed talking to myself. And it was just such a simple dream that could have caused me just to go back to bed if I'd actually followed it through. But I did come to my senses, and I had to get up and look at I had to switch the television on and look at the text to double check what day it was. Oh dear. It must be an age thing. Definitely weird. It's sad when that's all you've got to look forward to, having a day off. Well, Machine with a 2-0 lead and only a race to 4. And is Tommy going to get the use of this money ball? Well, he's going to have to glean something from this safety, and he's got a chance. Machine's missed the kick. Tommy has ball in hand and loads of room to get on the 6 ball. Drop it in. Again, got to get nice on the 7, and that'll do. It's nice enough that he can just come back for the 8 ball. Well, he only needs a 7. I think that's the 4th time, and would you believe it, he's played the numpty shot of the night, and that is it right there. That is the numpty shot of the night, folks. That one wins first prize, because that's what any player with very little experience would do. Smack the ball in and put draw on it and scratch in the bottom pocket. Oh, he'll be embarrassed at that. That is the sucker shot of the night, right there. And it's cost him. He's 3-0 down, and he had the rack at his mercy. And maybe Tommy wants to get to bed because he's an hour in front of me. It's 10:30 his time, and maybe he's still to get up to work in the morning like I have on a Saturday. So he might be looking for a quick way out. He certainly helped himself there with that shot. Well, that's a good effort by Machine. That was well played. And that was also well played. And this will be another one in a second. This is going to be 3 in a row. Oh yes, it is. Well, that's how to jump. Well, now he's brought out his trick jump cue that he's got. He's going to have to do a combo here, or he's going to have to get inside like that. That's another excellent shot. He might be running too far, is he? I think he's spot on. Well, this is a good effort by Machine to kill this match. because when this 7 ball goes in, oh dear, commentator's curse. Well, he done all the hard work. He done all the hard work, and he is gifted a lifeline for Tommy. And Tommy, as far as he was concerned, was home and going. Well, you know, he already had the queue packed away. He was calling the taxi, and he's been gifted a survival. And Tommy's had a ball in the break. The 4 ball's gone, but just when you need that luck, well, this will squeeze in. He's got to be careful with the cue ball though, because that's the problem where the 2 ball's sitting, and he's put himself in more trouble. You can see an edge of this. Now he needs to get lucky. And it's the worst possible outcome. He's left it plumb for Machine. Well, I don't know whether that was executed properly, because he's gone right through on this 3 ball, and this is really awkward. He's got barely half a pocket that side. But what a recovery again. As far as the pot goes, he's going to have to bail out another way with this 5 ball. What was too easy? Oh, that's another cracking shot. Larry's looking at these and wishing he could play all of these. Larry's sitting there jealous. He's certainly pulling out some shots, Machine. I'll give him that. So, finally, Machine gets over the line by 4 racks to 1. And, well, he played some cracking recovery shots in that, even though it was a short match. So now we know where we stand. We have Machine from the USA, Sylvia from Germany. Sylvia looking to try and get revenge on One Pocket Slim by making it to the final, but she's got to overcome Machine, who seems to be warming to the task. So that room should be going up any second. I'll have a quick drink. The room is up, so we'll get straight in. And we go for the lag. Now, this time Sylvia is player 2 in the HUD, and she's getting a 5 ball, which is extremely generous. And she's also won the lag. And something's gone. And this time, though, Sylvia does have a shot in the 1. Now, the shot to play is to run into that 8 and well, she's gone the other way. I don't know that was a shot, because to me, you had to cut that into the side and run into the 8 and 9 just to hold for the 3. But she's gone for the bank, and the cue ball's running loose though. Everything's tough. I mean, it wasn't a case of running into the 8 and 9 to open them up for any reason. It was just to use them to hold for the 3. Because obviously the 8 and 9 both go, you can get to them, but it looked an easier shot to me to play that and hold for the 3 because the 3's wide open. And all of a sudden, the visit is over. But she hasn't left anything easy for Machine, and he's just trying to duck. Again, he's left the bait there for Sylvia. Now she's lining up the bank, and this time hasn't got the line, and now Machine can go in for the kill. Well, this is a jack up time. Let's have a quick look and see what we've got here now. See, this has now got him in a dilemma as to where he's going here with this. He's putting loads of right to try and check it and come back. And now he's thinking better of it because it's a big angle to try and push back with that right English. It looks as if he's trying to come for the combo, and in fact I never even looked. It's dead set. You couldn't miss it. So Machine off the mark. Well, I think for the first time, certainly she didn't get any joy in the match against Slim, but that break there from Machines came up dry, and Sylvia's just rushed that one ball, and I have a sneaking suspicion Sylvia's want to get out of here quick. She spent no time on that one ball whatsoever, and I think she's had enough. We'll find out. What's more, she might fancy her chances at getting back to the table here because the 4 ball is going nowhere fast. But if you can draw it into that spot like that, it's going up table, but the cue ball is going to have to travel. It's dead straight, pretty much. Well, this is ended up. I don't think that was in the plan there for Machine because he's ended up in a dead spot here. I think he can bank that. Oh, he's nailed it. Absolutely spot on again for a recovery shot. What's happened here? Hang on a minute. There we go. Popman, do me a favour. Go and watch that first rack in your first match tonight, and then come back and tell me where I'm going wrong and what I said. Get yourself prepared for the matches tomorrow night by going and watching your first match that you played. And then get back to me with a 2-page essay on why I'm saying bad things about you on the stream. In fact, I wasn't saying bad things, I'm just saying about what bad things you were doing. What's that got to do with it? I've been up since 4 o'clock this morning. And I'm sitting here for, what, 3.5 or whatever hours it is it's going to be. And I'm going to bed and I'm back up at 4 o'clock tomorrow morning. And you know, this is, and you wonder why I rarely play VP4. Only play it my days off. And you cannot concentrate, but no, what I'm talking about is regardless of whether you've had any sleep or not, that's no excuse for not playing the right shot. That's the point I'm making. So Machine 2-0 up. And, well, unless he rattles and hangs this 8 ball, it's going to be 3. So 1 more for Machine. Ball in the break, but absolutely no shot in the 1. But he's got good opportunities to duck here. And the touch is pretty good. Sylvia, full snooker on the 1 ball. Now needs a good roll, but once again, it is just rolled spot on for Machine. The 3 ball just goes past the 4. I didn't think it went there, looking at it from the other end. And the 5 does go into the side if he wants to go that way, but might be with the angle he's got, he might try just running up past the 5. No, he's plenty of room to hold for the 5. Well, this is another tester, just to get the line and not catch that knuckle or anything. And he's got it clean. And so Machine is going to be 1 Pocket Slim's opponent in tonight's Friday night 9-ball final. Race to 9. And it's an all-American affair as far as the final goes. So Machine play by 4 racks to 0. Sylvia can get to bed. And it should be a good final, this, between these 2 guys. Slim seems to be playing pretty solid. And like I said earlier, Machine seems to be warming up to the job in hand here. 4-1 in his last match, 4-1 in that one. So the room is up. The 2 players are probably just lagged off. Or we're in the middle of the lag as we join the room. Let's see. It's, oh yeah, Slim is getting the 8 ball. So Slim's won the lag, 5 ball in the break. 3 balls dead behind the 9 in the top left there. And no shot in the 1. Now, I mean, there is a possibility of the billiard off the 1 with the cue ball onto the 8, onto the 7. And there's a chance if he gets the pace right, he would still have a shot in the 1. I think that's the plan here. That looks like the plan. Billiard off the 1 onto the 7. The 1 ball's going to be somewhere up here. And the cue ball will be down there somewhere. But then again, I don't think he played that at enough place to play the billiard. I'm not sure whether he tried to tuck in behind the 7 or whether he did try the billiard. But either way, he got the 1 too thin because it hasn't gone past the 2. And he could be in trouble in a second as well. Oh, that is awful. That is horrible. How do you like them apples, Slim? Get yourself out of that. Well, he doesn't want to do anything that's going to hit this 3 and 9. That's the first rule here. So whatever he does, he doesn't want to do that. And that's as good as any result there. So difficult to try and get out and get anywhere near that 1 ball, but like I say, he doesn't want to do anything that helps Machine, but Machine will be helping himself here, I think. Is he going to try and nudge it? I believe that's what he tried. The problem being with that shot is that you would have had to run into that 9 sort of full in the face. No guarantee the 3 is going to be anywhere you can pot it. And then the other problem was you were never guaranteed you were going to have a shot in the 2. And Machine trying to duck for cover again. He hasn't quite got it. What was you better or worse in your second match, Potman? Well, there wasn't an awful lot that Slim could do with the fact that he was limited in what he could see in the 2 ball. I don't know whether he... Can he get to that? I don't think he can. The cue ball's got to keep running, or the 2 ball's got to keep running. But this is always going to be the issue where the 3 ball's stuck. I mean, that's dead in the water, that 3 ball. Yeah, there's no value in potting this 2 ball unless you know that you can get somewhere near that 9 and 3 to get a hit on them. There's no value at all. Well, Machine's potted the 8 with the 2. He's gone dead straight in the 2, I think. I don't think there's an awful lot he can work out in this. Let's have a look. Well, again, it's a straightforward enough safety shot by just tucking the 3 onto the 9 and coming back across the table. Now, Slim has the bait been laid before him. Is he going to take the bait? Looks as if he is. He's going for the bank. But that's the best way to miss the bank on the long rail, because it ends up going like that on the short rail. So no harm in having a go if you can get it wrong like that. Oh, but Machine has tucked the 3 ball away, and Slim may well just roll on to this dead, but if he does, he could be asking for trouble in a second or 2. I don't know whether Machine can get away from this though. I don't think he can. He's not got any room that way. He probably just roll onto this. I don't. He's going to clip the 7, and he doesn't want to bump it. Well, he's went all out, and it's backfired on him big time because he's now given Slim the chance to pot this 3. Now, can he work this cue ball out? Can he squat behind the 6? Does he think he can go that way? I don't know whether he's got enough room. Yes, he has. He missed the hit on the 6, and that's landed perfect. If he had hit any of that 6, it could have very quickly gone ugly. But he managed to get in behind it. He didn't have a lot of room. And now he's good to go. Good evening to Brainfill out. And good evening to anybody else that's still there. It's a long night. Friday night 9 ball. It's usually, 3.5 hours. Sometimes knocking on 4 hours. This tournament tonight is still short of 3 hours, which is not bad. Bear in mind that we had just a 13 in tonight again. So, one pocket Slim in this all-American battle has the early lead. And right now, he should extend that lead. Now, there's enough angle in this 6 just to draw off it and come down past the middle pocket and the right there. In this shot, you've just got to pot the 7 and make sure you get to the bottom half of the table, just beyond the halfway line. The 50-yard line, as they say in American football, and that is perfect because all you're doing is dropping it in and then dropping the 9 in. So it's a 2-0 lead for Slim and another ball in the break. Is he going to be able to do anything with this one? Well, again, it's the bedhead cut if he wants to take that on, but look at where the 2 is. 2 is nailed to the rail almost, I think. Not quite. Reverse bank, maybe. Oh yes, he's nailed that, but well, we know it's not on the rail, this 2 ball, but you've got to just pick this off clean. And the line that the cue, because he's got to play the pot in such a way, he can't do anything with the cue ball, I don't think. He's just got to pot this. Well, he's putting loads of inside right to let it run into the rail. And he's bumped to 3, and it's bounced. He'll take that. I don't know whether exactly that was the plan, but it's turned out nice. Well, Slim's got his touch working pretty well tonight, finding the spot more often than not. And this 7 ball into the side, as long as he leaves the angle, you've got to just leave the angle so that getting back for the 8 is simple. And this is simple because it's just a simple kill shot or come back a millimetre or 2. And again, you don't want to do anything fancy because you're pretty much in the rail, so he can just roll the 8 in into the 9 up table. He doesn't need to do anything. That's all it's required. In fact, he doesn't, because Slim's the one that's getting the money ball. I forgot. That's about the 4th time I forgot. Well, the 2 ball kicks the 7 in. Something went into the top left. which I think might have been the 3. And he's pretty much stuck on the 1 ball. How does that look? This is horrible. Got it perfect, didn't he? Well, I'm going to say it right now. This is 3-0, 4-0 now, in about a minute and a half's time. And somebody who's paying attention to this, because I'm getting half asleep, has Machine been at the table yet? Has he had a shot that I've not been paying attention to and missed? Because I don't recall seeing him at the table other than... or did I see it? I don't think I've seen him at the table yet. I think it might be my brain that's fried. But as far as I can remember, it's only been Slim that's been at the table. Has he broken ran these first 3 racks? Somebody must be more awake than I am watching this. It's 4-0 to Slim. 2 ball goes in. And he's got a shot in the 1, albeit a cutback. No, Machine hasn't had any shots. I didn't think he had. That wasn't easy. Well, Machine's got his chance, and well, he knows what he has to do. These balls are all spot on. No problem to get to any of them. No cluster to deal with, and he should be off the mark. But he'll be hoping for some good fortune, provided he takes this rack out, and he'll be looking for good fortune on his break, because he needs that to get himself right back into this match. His first real attempt, or it's going to run away from him in the mood that Slim seems to be in tonight. Well, loads of room to come into this gap on the right hand side. The pace is good. The angle looks good enough. And again, make your choice to go left or right side of this 9 ball, but don't come up towards it. So he's gone to the right. So Machine gets himself off the mark, and now this is where he needs some good luck. Balls in the break and a shot is what he wants. He wants to get some momentum into this match. And something goes, and he's not getting the luck that he needs. He's got a possible bank in the 1 that he may well have to take on, I think. Now, if he knows that if he misses this, it could come up. Well, I was thinking if it went to the short rail and come straight back up, he might not leave a shot on for Slim, and I think he's pretty much got away with this. He's left a cut that you've got to slam, and then you don't really know where the cue ball is going to be to have a shot in the 2. Does he want to take this slam on? Yes, he does. Cue ball's going to finish in the middle of the table, and it's going to have to be an excellent recovery shot by Slim here. Now, if he just plays this dead weight, he doesn't need to blast it. He can run into the 8 and be on the 3, no problem. But he's playing the combo. Well, he went all out to win the rack there. And I think, although the cut to the right wasn't a gimme, he was odds on that he was going to, if he cut it gentle, pocket weight, he was going to hold on to that 8 ball and have a shot in the 3. But he went for the combo. And it's up to Machine to make Slim pay the price there for that. Oh, he did have shots. See, I can't even read the chat, WizKid. That's how tired I am. I mean, my brain's gone at 8:30 every Friday night. I always get in this sort of state when, when your brain's telling you that you are lacking the amount of hours of sleep that you should be getting. I've been doing it. The problem with that is I've been doing it for bloody years. I mean, I should have been in my bed. I should be in my bed at about 8:30 every night. And being honest with you, I generally don't get to bed till about 10 o'clock most nights. So I'm only getting 6 hours. And that's not enough. Because whenever I get home from work, I'll come home, put the kettle on, have a coffee, have a snack. Because, if I get home late morning or early afternoon, sometimes I get home at 2:30 in the afternoon. I don't want something heavy and substantial at that time of the day. I want my main dinner I get my main dinner about 5 o'clock. So I can guarantee you, every day this is what happens. I'll have a snack, whether it be a sandwich or toast and cheese or whatever, a cup of coffee. I'll sit down in front of the telly, and as soon as I've finished my coffee and consumed whatever it is I'm eating, I guarantee you within half an hour I'm gone. I am out, regardless of whatever I'm watching. I never see the end of it. I am out for about an hour. And then that's my sort of mid-afternoon recovery snooze. As hard as and see if I ignore my brain at that time in the afternoon. You want to see the state I get in? I mean, I'm literally sitting. If I'm sitting in front of the PC, I am almost out in my chair. I need to have a lie down and have a snooze. Well, soon enough you'll get to an age where that'll happen for you. Well, there's a mistake by Machine. But Slim's got work to do here. Machine got himself back into it. Couple of racks in the board. Slim's going to maybe try and run into the 9 here. I don't know whether he fancies it. There's a chance if he misses it, he'll fall into a gap, but he might be in trouble. So this is a testy shot. He could finish short and leave a cut. Oh, well, he's nudged the 8. And I'll tell you what, he'll take that every day of the week. Because not only is he on the 4, he's going to have a pretty damn good chance at nailing this 7 ball with the 6. Yeah. Well, I say it every year now. Every year I've had my birthday. My birthday there was August 18th, so that's me now 58. And I never thought. I said this before in the stream. When Elvis died in 77, and I found out he was 42, and I was in 77. I was 13 years old, and at 13 years old, I immediately thought, will I ever get to 42 years old when Elvis died? And you know you are getting old when people younger than you are dying. Or people that are not that much older than you are dying. That was what Bill Turnbull, the former BBC breakfast host, died yesterday, and he was only 66. Prostate cancer he had. You just got to make do with what you've got and get on with it. Because the one comment that everybody should remember, that the only guaranteed thing in life, there are two guaranteed things in life, and that's death and taxes. Because you're going to get both at some time sooner or later. I don't mean dying in a taxi, I mean death and taxes. TAXES, for anybody who's confused. So, it's a tall order for Machine Slim with a 4-rack lead. Although I think he might be in trouble here because he can't get to the 3 and he can easily kick it. Oh, look at where the cue ball's going. Oh dear, the 3's gone in though. Well, Slim getting a lucky roll there. The 3 ball goes in, but the cue ball has nailed itself. And Machine might have a lifeline here, because had that 3 ball stayed in the table, Machine was in dire straits, stuck behind the 7. Oh, this 4 ball might travel. Oh, it's just run out. Oh dear. Well, that when you know you're it's your night when this ends up happening. Well, Machine's been digging out the jump shots, but that one was maybe a bit too close for comfort. But the end result isn't bad. He'll take that. He'll be happy with the outcome. I knew that statement would confuse our American friends. What's the guy talking about? Death and taxes. What do you mean a motormobile accident? An automobile accident? What's the guy talking about? Well, for some reason, all Scotsmen die in taxi cabs. I don't know what that is. That's what the guy was talking about. Well, Slim was trying to be cute there. He hasn't quite got it, and I don't know whether there's enough angle for Machine to try and pot this for. There might be, if he's got enough room. Maybe not. Maybe not. Let's have a look. Well, we actually tried to get it into the side, but oh, now it's Machine's turn to get a nice little roll. 4 ball is off the rail. It's a big target though. Obviously, not a problem for Slim to hit this. It's a question of whether, well, he's going to try the cut with the jump at distance. This will be some shot. Well, he gave it a good go. And, well, he's not left it easy, but it is a chance, and it's a desperate chance for Machine, trailing by 4 racks. Has to try and find a way to get back in it. Quick look at the 6 ball. And, well, it's got half a pocket. And where he's finishing this 5 isn't healthy. He's overdone it. Oh, well, Slim will cut that into the side. He could try and finish on the short side of the 6 here. He could try and finish there, depending on what he wants to do, because he can go 1, 2, 3, and maybe 4 rails to finish on the short side. That would be the sort of natural way to go. Let's see if he's got that in mind. I don't know whether he's... I think he's got to go short side. 1, 2, 3. This looks pretty good to me. That is plumb perfect. Four rails, and he's right on the money. If only a bit straight. Cue ball staying in the table. Well, that was a shot. He had to let it run 4 rails for the short side, because that's the way the cue ball really wanted to go. But not only that, he had to get the pace judgment perfect, and he absolutely slammed it. Machine has just said in the chat, I don't think even God would be able to beat you. But, you know, Slim's been playing up to a good standard tonight, though. And Machine's been playing pretty damn good as well. And, you know, you can't do much if you're not at the table. You know, Machine's not had an awful lot to go at. But he's got a chance here, I think. And, of course, in this situation, when you're trailing by 5, and Slim's just broke dry, he's not got an easy starter, but he should have a shot in the 2 if he can roll this 1 in. This is the rack ball here. If he gets this, he should win the rack. And it's got in. So now the rest is up to him. Table's there at his mercy. He knows what he's doing, and he should be finding his way out. Well, now he's gone pretty straight. He's just going to kill it, but he hasn't really killed it enough. He just left himself a wee bit short in this 4. Again, he only has to worry about the scratch, and he's well away from that, because he's always going to have a shot in the 5. Although he couldn't have finished in a worse spot. Again, the problem being that the 6 ball doesn't go past the 8, and he can't do an awful lot with the cue ball. And he's just going to nurse it in. Keep it simple. A roll in the 6. Or a stun in, whichever you're happy with. But it's not over. He can very quickly get himself back into this, but he needs the break to work for him. If he doesn't get the joy in the break, then absolutely nothing he can do. He needs that assistance off the break. Oh dear. What the hell are we talking about now? Wait to get out my chair to read this. I don't know where that phrase was from. death in taxis. Somebody said, was it Benjamin Franklin that said it? It's a pretty common phrase that most folk would know. I just didn't know who said it. But meanwhile, machine is off and running. Let's have a quick look at the 4. Not a problem with the 4 ball. And again, just pot the 4, let the cue ball do its thing. You're on the 5 without any issues. And this is what Machine needed. He needed to get a roll off the break to try and get himself back in this. But this is the clincher. Getting good on this 8 ball. Needs to run. He's under hit that by about a foot. Obviously had to be aware of that side pocket because that's always in the line for the scratch. But he's got to dig out another recovery shot here because that 9 ball's pretty tight on the top rail. Let's have a quick look. Oh, this is frozen. This has got to be flush. And he hasn't got it. And that's how tough it is. When they're nailed to the rail, you've just got to get it right spot on, and he's gifted it. And that might have just killed his chances right there. Because not Potman. One pocket, I'm definitely falling asleep. One pocket slim with that gift is on the hill. 5 ball is going in the break. The 1 ball might be going dead though. And I think Slim will go, well, I know what I'd be doing. I'd be going right side of the 1 ball. Right side, as thin as a dare. With a wee bit of right, not a lot. And just trying to come back down here, somewhere in this line. And tuck that 1 ball along the short rail. Yeah, he just got it a bit thicker than he wanted. He wanted to get it thinner than that because it has left a chance for Machine, albeit it's nowhere near easy. But he really needs to just pot this dead weight and have a sight on the 2 ball. Well, he's got that first part done. And it's going to be tough. Again, he's hampered by the 4, and look where the 3 ball is. He's going to have to dig right into this, and that was just 1 shot too many. And he's now left it on for Slim. Well, we're 3 hours and 20 minutes into this week's Friday Night 9 ball, and we could be all over within 3.5 hours. And Slim just looks as if he wants to go forward with a bit of right English, or let's have a quick look. Yeah, he's going forward with a bit of right just to check it and straighten it off the rail, because if he didn't, the cue ball would have went that way. And now he's looking good. The only thing that's going to cause him the issue is the 8 ball. And the fact that he has to get from the 7, which is down here, onto this 8 ball. So that's the only lifeline that Machine has. And, well, that is tight, but that 8 ball may well cheat past the 9. I think Slim's already sussed that out. Yep. He's already sussed that out. And he's going to just cheat this along the rail. And that is it. And a strong performance tonight by One Pocket Slim. I don't think he really played a bad shot that I can remember. But I'm too tired to remember anyway. And that made it really tough for Machine. But when you're playing to a good standard, you know, and you get to the final, the chances are you're going to come up against somebody that's playing to a pretty good standard as well. So well done to Slim, and well done to Machine, because he played some good recovery shots as well in his earlier matches. And that is it, folks. So I'll bid you all good night. Take care. Thanks for watching. And remember that the leagues are on tomorrow night. We've also got the matches that are on the schedule. Now, it says upcoming live stream matches. There's only going to be 2 of them at the most that I can think of. And I'll hopefully be there for them. And if you can't be there, they'll be on YouTube. So with that, folks, bid you good night. I am off to bed. Well done to Slim. You played well. And I'll see you again soon, folks.
Good night, ladies.
Your assignment tonight is strategic. You can't give the enemy a break. Send them to hell.
No bar, no pinball machines, no bowling alleys, just pool, nothing else. No bar, no pinball machines, no bowling alleys, just